Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's See What Happens. I am the world's address. We are playing Camp W, and I am joined by my very special guest, Dingo.
Hello!
Alright, so last time, Dingo wasn't able to play with us, but we were in the boys' bathroom, and it looked like this. So, large, slimy footprints led from the shower out of the room, as if someone made a hasty exit before they finished cleaning up. Is that a shampoo bottle? It's hard to tell since the label is coated in filth, but if it is, there's a good chance it belonged to our slimy suspect. What item would you like to take a closer look at? Now, I think I did this in the last episode, but we're going to go ahead and do it again for Dingo's benefit, to make sure that, she knows where we are and she's all caught up.
Footprints.
Footprints? Sure.
Yes.
You track a number of large greenish smudges on the floor leading from the shower to the front door of the bunk. There's something quite suspicious about the size of the footprints and the distance between them. These footprints are enormous. I doubt it would be any kind of human who made these. See, there's more to this than we thought. And you think that factoid is going to make me happy? This is my summer vacation too, you know. And playing kid detective isn't how I imagine I'd be spending it. What item would you like to take a closer look at?
Your pick.
Oh, my pick? Okay, cool. I'm actually going to go with the shampoo. I know what they all are, but I'm going to go with the shampoo, okay?
Okay.
You wipe away some of the slime covering the shampoo bottle to get a closer look at the label. You're so surprised by what you see, you almost drop the bottle on your own foot. Mom? A glamour shot of Mila stares back at you from the bottle in your hand. You immediately recognize the photo. It's from your mother's short-lived beauty brand, Aura by Mia. I think it's actually Mia. I'm not sure. One of Mia's rare missteps, the brand launched early in her career, but was quickly discontinued. It was discovered that one of the main ingredients caused a rapid full-body hair growth when exposed to the light of a full moon. Most of the leftover stock was sold off to werefolk, who enjoyed the lustrous shine it left on their fur. Other non-furry customers weren't nearly so charitable, though. A few leftover boxes of the stuff have been sitting in your basement ever since. I didn't know this stuff was still in circulation. I wonder what it's doing here. Oh, Aura by Mia. Rub a little of that into my fluff, will you? My sheen has been fading ever since we got to the human realm. A successful beauty regimen never rests. And we've only got one item to look at, and that's going to be this drain. That's going to be, I guess, this drain right here.
Yeah.
Bloop. Something seems to be caught in here, and it's stopping this goop from getting down the drain. It looks like a clump of seaweed was wrapped around the grate. Washing off after a late-night swim, maybe? You'd have to be digging for clams to end up with this wrapped around you. You take a step back and try to put these details together, but they still don't tell a clear story. Just then, Nugget jumps to attention and peers out the door of the bathroom. Shh! You hear that? I think we're alone in here. I mean, really, who could stand this smell without numbing their nose? I'm going to cast a couple of spells to see if I can get to the bottom of this. But you keep an eye out and just scream like a total wuss if you see that someone is coming. Gee, thanks. Alright, this calls for... So, the last time, when I did it, I remember that I cast the enlarging spell. So I know what that does. I think we found a scale in it. So, you want to do the history spell on the shampoo?
Yes, please.
Cool. Okay, let's see where you came from, Aura by Mia. Mila? You open your grimoire to a history spell. Where are you at? Pictopast.
That's pretty good.
Ha! Did it!
Yay!
A window to the past opens... Oh, no, that's right. We did... you get to do both of them. I forgot. Okay. A window to the past opens in front of you. Through it, you can see a search engine?
Like a magical keyboard.
Yep.
It's also a book.
Yes. Well, the book is your grimoire. You cast your spells in that, and then you can see the history spell kind of pop up. I think. You can't see who, but someone begins to type. Best shampoo for delicate skin. It backspaces a bit and types again. Best shampoo for scaly skin. Best shampoo for extremely scaly skin. It pauses for a moment before submitting best shampoo for extremely scaly skin plus flower scent. Best shampoo for extremely scaly skin plus flower scent plus on sale.
Wow.
Well, that was helpful, I guess. Alright, this calls for an enlarging spell on the seaweed. You reach down into the drain and gingerly lift a dripping wet strand of seaweed out. It must be the longest piece of seaweed you've ever seen. You open your grimoire to an enlarging spell. You get to do another one.
Ooh, that looks interesting.
It's called Swell Sight.
Wonder what's gonna look like when you finish it.
I don't know, but these would make really cool little buttons.
Yeah.
Or patches. The seaweed grows to 10 times its size, resulting in a vine that would look typical hanging off of Jack's beanstalk. Looks like that spell affected more than just the seaweed itself. What were formerly greenish small specks clinging to the seaweed are now the size of silver witch dollars. This guy right here. Scales? Did they get tracked in from the lake with the seaweed, or did they get scrubbed off of whoever was cleaning up in here? Bum bum bum! You pluck one of the scales off this giant sea vine, rinse it under some clean water, and slip it into your pocket. Then you drop the rest to the floor where it shrinks back down to normal size. A slow creaking sound echoes through the bunk, startling you. Nugget, is that you? Return to the scene of the crime, have we? I think I remember what happens here. I think someone is coming, FYI. Great! Thanks for the heads up, Nugget! Someone has caught you nosing around the boys' bathroom. With no place to hide, you'll have to step out into the bunk and face your accuser. Good luck! Todd Furtada, boys' head counselor, stands between you and the doorway out of the boys' bunk. What did we do for Todd's voice? It was like a surfer dude kind of voice, wasn't it?
I wasn't here.
Did you not see? Oh, you haven't seen Todd at all, have you? Oh, bummer. Okay, alright, okay. I did like a surfer voice, like a hey buddy kind of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. A bit early in the summer to start pulling pranks, isn't it? Almost like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Pranks? J'accuse. That means I accuse you in French.
Okay.
Jack used what? Don't play dumb with me, newbie. I know dumb all too well. So, you gonna confess? You notice a glimmer in Todd's eye. He doesn't appear to be upset just yet. But there's no way of knowing how he'd react if he found out you were a witch. It seems that the detective has become the prime suspect. You have to think fast to draw Todd's attention away from your investigation before you're found out. How will you respond? Doop doop doop. Well, later dude probably means you run away.
That would be suspicious.
That'd be super suspicious. I'm not sure what you mean is probably the truth.
Yeah.
And then admitting to something. I don't know, like what do you think? I don't think I want to run away. I think that's probably out.
Yeah.
So it's really a toss up between these two.
I think we should be honest.
This one? Or I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah, I think in that one he's being honest.
Okay, sure. Sounds good. You figured that the best course of action is to play dumb, and if that doesn't work, you could always turn him into an animal. He'd probably make a pretty cute rabbit, or a fluffy little dog, especially with that hair.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are pranks a big thing at this camp? Are they a big thing? He thinks the camper doth play dumb too much. Everyone who comes here knows that prank warfare is a major part of this camp's legacy, stretching back to the founding of the whole place. I mean, whoopee witch you, that's not even a real word. Convincing kids to keep saying it for generation after generation is itself an incredible prank. He sure doesn't seem to be buying your act. You start to slip your hand into your bag to see what ingredients are available for an impromptu potion. Wait 1 second. Why am I telling you something you must already know? I see what's going on here. Maybe if you just stay quiet, he'll talk himself tired and fall asleep right here on the floor. You're leading me on a bit of a goose chase, aren't you? Your overcommitment to this whole gee whiz, oh shucks, who me routine is so obvious, you must have known it'd make you a suspect. Meanwhile, the real suspect, with whom you are obviously in cahoots, is off committing a major prank right now. But I'm too busy here talking to you to catch them in the act. I must say, you almost had me. But what you didn't know, you see, is that I knew that you knew that I knew that you knew about Camp W's rich tradition of incredible pranks. And now I know that you know. I'm in your head, Lie, and I'm pouring a concrete foundation as we speak. I live here now. You definitely know one thing. This guy is bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say? Except that I don't know what you're talking about. I can see we're gonna have quite the summer. Todd fishes through his cargo pockets and reaches out to hand you something. This is for you. It's a new merit badge. This one is only for secret keepers. But you didn't hear that from me. So, let's see what we got. That's the one. The triangle with the zipped mouth. Oh, whoops. There we go. It's time to join up with the rest of the campers. We should head over to Camp Center. I must say, that's a fine collection of badges you've got going. Can't remember what voice I did for Piper. I'm gonna have you read somebody here pretty soon too, and have you be the little girl, so that I don't have to do a little girl voice. Because I can only do it but so much before it like makes my throat hurt. Okay, so we'll do hers more of like an exasperated sort of something, like, all right, munchkins, you know the drill. Before you slip into breakfast food comas, we gotta get you shuffled off the morning activity. Lie, you did a fine job of choosing yesterday. You know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? No one has ever actually said that to you before. Your options are arts and crafts, camp radio, or whoopee witchy history.
Arts and crafts.
Gardening!
I like arts and crafts.
You want to do arts and crafts?
Yes, please.
You don't want to try gardening? We tried that last time and she wouldn't let us do gardening.
Who?
Piper. Piper wouldn't let us do gardening last time. I want to do gardening because it's you didn't get to meet the guy that did the cafeteria guy, did you?
Yeah, I met that guy with the bushy mustache.
Yeah, the guy with the bushy mustache.
Yeah.
You don't want to do gardening? You want to do arts and crafts? Okay, alright, that's fine. We'll do arts and crafts. Next time we're doing gardening though, okay?
Okay.
Cool. Okay, campers, today's craft is friendship bracelets. So grab your best friend and start, braceleting?
Yeah.
Spread across a picnic table and find all the supplies necessary for making friendship bracelets. Now if only you had a friend. Hey, since we're both new and don't know anyone, I thought maybe we could pair up and make potential best friend bracelets. Oh, thank goodness. Hey, it's a step in the right direction. Together you could chit-chat while you peruse a high variety of colored string. So, tell me, what is it about witches that you like so much that you'd want to be one? I like that they're outsiders, and that they're misunderstood. Yeah, some of them more than others. And they don't care what people think about them. They're just these awesome, powerful beings that do what they want. Or at least they think they're awesome and powerful. I bet some witches can be pretty stuck up. Sophie gives you a look. And how would you know so much about witches? You're sweating. Maybe you've said too much. Can I let you in on a little secret? What are you doing? You lost your... I'm into witchcraft too. You hold Nugget down in your bag, but you can't stop him from griping. Oh, thank the squirrel gods. Did your pack just say something? I don't think so.
Must be hearing things. I have a pretty wild imagination. Speaking of minds, would you like to try a witchy mind meld?
You don't have the heart to tell her mind melding isn't really a technical witching term that you've ever heard. At least she's trying, though.
Sure. Guess which colors I want for my bracelet.
You stare at Sophie for a second, just to sell it, but you've already decided to simply guess. Ooh, What do you think? You got red, purple, and green, blue and pink, and trick question.
I think trick question.
Okay, sure.
That's obviously a trick question. You want all the colors.
Sophie's jaw drops, and she takes her own dramatic pause.
Whoa! Spooky! You knew exactly what I was thinking. Isn't that crazy? I mean, what are the odds? We must have known each other in a past life. Do you believe in that stuff? I do. I think I used to be a muskrat because my brother says I kind of smell like one. Sometimes I think I used to be a Roman centurion because once I was wearing my hair up and it kind of looked like the helmets they wear with the plumes on top and, well, it just kind of felt...
Sophie realizes she's just said 50 words in 5 seconds.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm usually really shy, but sometimes I get worked up and I can't stop talking.
That's okay.
And just for the record, I don't think you smell like a muskrat.
The two of you exchange awkward smiles.
My journey into the ways of witchcraft has been pretty lonely. There aren't a lot of kids back home who'll indulge me like this.
Indulge away.
Thanks. Well,
you and Sophie spend the next hour braiding bracelets and talking all things witchy. Sophie's knowledge of witchcraft is pretty limited, but occasionally she gets it totally right. You wonder what witch books she's been reading. When your bracelet is done, you almost can't bear to wear it because then it might get dirty. So you tape it into your grimoire. Let's see what we made. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. That's very, very nice. Mama knows how to make these kinds of bracelets, like the friendship bracelets and stuff. I never really did that, but I'm pretty sure that Mama knows how to make it, so she could teach you
Okay.
if you're interested.
Okay.
Now that you've got a bracelet verified friend, it'll make deciding who to sit next to at lunch a lot easier. When you arrive at the dining hall, you take a look at the menu board to see what Norm is serving up. The words turkey burgers and sweet potato fries have been crossed out and replaced with burritos, which has also been crossed out and replaced with turkey burgers and sweet potato fries or nothing. You take Nugget aside to break some bad news to him.
okay, here's the deal.
If you say we're skipping lunch to investigate slime, I'm gonna chew your nose off. You cover your nose with your hand.
We're skipping lunch to investigate the source of the seaweed and scales we found this morning.
Start shoving food in this bag right now, or I scurry this second and you never see me again. He's not kidding. Just stuff some food in your bag already.
If I do what you say, that doesn't make you the boss of me. Just remember that.
So I had given him like a weird, like, gruff voice, but I think I'm going to try and do a bit more of a Scottish accent.
Okay.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Give me just a second. Okay?
Okay.
You getting in line or what, kiddo? You hide Nugget and approach the counter.
Oh, yeah, just, filling out my diary first.
It's my first summer away from home, so I'm keeping track of everything that happens, even lunch. You wave your grimoire in the air, pretending it's just an ordinary notebook. Norm just smiles back at you. A person must learn to roll with a lot of weird kid behavior working at a summer camp. Tell me, how do you feel about aiolis? An aioli is a sauce, typically like a mayonnaise-based, not always, but can be, but it's a type of sauce. It's usually an emulsion-style sauce, I think.
Okay.
But it's also a broad term used to differentiate a bunch of different sauces, or not differentiate, describe. It's a broad term used to describe a bunch of different sauces. Honestly, it depends on the restaurant you go to, what they consider an aioli versus what another restaurant considers an aioli.
Okay.
Norm waves his hand above a variety of colorful sauces laid out in front of you.
Aiolis? I love them.
You grab a burger and nervously start scooping a spoonful of every sauce onto it until you can barely see what you're putting all this aioli on anymore. Don't do that. That's not fun. I thought you might say that. I always say aiolis are A-okay. It's nice to have someone to share gourmet-based puns with. You seem pretty sophisticated. Some of your bunkmates, meanwhile, are afraid of anything that's not ketchup. Lucky for them, I make mean ketchup aioli. Norm eyeballs the rest of the campers who have already taken their seats and then leans in close to you. Don't tell them. There's actually no ketchup in it at all. The red colouring is beetroot. Normally I try to beetrootiful, but I'm not afraid to lie for a good... Oh, to be truthful. Gotcha. That's fun. But I'm not afraid to lie for a good cause. And Epicurean experimentation is always a good thing. That's experimenting with food. Enjoy your burger, and don't forget to take plenty of fries. They're actually baked. You smile, fill your tray with food, and sidle around the corner. And out the door. Your hunt for clues has brought you to scenic Lake Wet Bottom. On the edge of camp. Oh, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
There's an SOS right there.
Yeah.
As you stop and survey the shoreline, you can't help but think that there's something pretty fishy about the place. Norm and Todd aren't the only ones who get to make bad puns. With everyone else at lunch, things are quiet. Don't think I've forgotten sacrificing my sense of smell to help you on this little mission of yours. Sure, this sandwich tastes delicious, but I really feel like I'm missing out on something. You dump a pile of fries on the grass, and Nugget immediately burrows into them. You know where to find me. Stuffing your mouth? Yeah, no kidding. You kick off your shoes, roll up your pant leg, and wade into the water. The bottom of the lake... The bottom of the lake is soft and squishy. Strands of seaweed stand up still in the calm water. The vegetation is familiar, but doesn't really look like the stuff back home in your own lake, Lake Dry Bottom. Ooh.
Ooh.
You pluck a seaweed stalk and hold it up. It's like a cuter, greener version of the thick, blue-black strands that were in the boys' bathroom. You wade a little deeper, but it's just more of the same. It's kinda similar, but I really doubt they're the same species. The stuff from before was definitely from the witching realm. You keep saying that, but I still don't see why it would be in a random human kid's bathroom. A long silvery fish brushes against your ankle and you jump into the air. Heebie-jeebies! When you fall back to earth, land on your butt in the shallow water. You look down between your legs and see a huge footprint sunken into the mossy lake bottom. The print is followed by another, and another, out into the deep water. Moss! Moss! Your mind races and you think about the moss, a green-skinned species of upright underwater dwellers who reside at the bottom of the lake back home. A reclusive bunch, the story goes that they're actually much older than witches and live much longer, but being primarily amphibious, the moss don't relate well to witch kind and generally keep to themselves. Hey Nugget, does the human realm have moss, or, well, anything other than humans, really? It has squirrels, but they don't talk. And it has roosters that apparently never shut up. Honestly, why anybody would want to live here is beyond me. You get out of the lake, approach Nugget, and hold your foot back, threatening to kick sand into his leftover dipping sauces. Does the human realm have any other people-like species or not? No. That no was about getting sand in my sauces. But also no, as in no. There are not any other upright peoples in the human realm. As a rule, humans don't really get along well with anyone too different or too similar, or anyone really. True facts. When the realms were divided, humans took one side, and everything else went to the other. So if we swam down to the bottom of this lake, there'd be no moss houses, no moss people, no moss market with gross gelatinous, underwater fish egg-based foods. Don't hate on fish eggs, but no, there would not. Only in the witching realm. You take out the scale you found, now giant, and hold it in your hand. It shimmers in the light. Between the scale and the witching realm seaweed you found,
It's too much to ignore. Bet me.
Bet you that moss don't live at the bottom of this clear, blue human lake? I'll take that bet. What are we wagering this time?
You're nuts.
Which, please? You don't trifle with a squirrel's nuts, lie. I've been saving up all spring. I wouldn't wager my whole stockpile on anything.
Fine. If there are moss living in this lake, you peddle whatever story I invent about studying to Mom and Gadgie, like you saw it with your own eyes.
And if not,
we call Mom and ask her to pick us up immediately.
you're on.
You shake hand and paw. It's time to see what's at the bottom of this lake.
Or rather, what's not at the bottom of this lake. You open your grimoire to a page with just the spell. Underwater breathing spell? Oh, that's even sunderwater. I think he might mean to, like, move all the water out of the way. It's crazy. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
I think that might blow their cover. Maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, for real.
You're really good at it.
Well, I try. It's a cool one. I like it. The water of Lake Wet Bottom begins to churn and swirl. A crack runs down the top of the lake, and right before your eyes, it opens. Whoa! Holy cow, look at that.
Jeez.
A thin path straight to the center of the lake reveals itself. On each side, a wall of water, held back as if behind glass.
We'll see about that.
Nugget hops up on your shoulder, and you walk the pathway into the heart of the lake. The ground is still wet below your feet, spongy and soft. Fish hop from one water wall to the other. Oh, that'd be cool looking. Well, nothing here. Might as well turn back. As you get further, you see all kinds of odd debris at the bottom of the lake. Vintage bathing suits, deflated floaties, and a snowmobile, all lost to the water.
Snowmobile.
Yeah, why not? Maybe in the wintertime the lake freezes over. Sometimes people zoom across frozen lakes on snowmobiles. If it freezes, thick enough, then it can hold the weight of a lot of things. You reach down and pick up a bikini bottom, and a small crab runs out from under it. What is it with you and touching things you should obviously definitely not touch? A massive antique safe stands just to the side of the path to the center, blocking your way. It has beautiful hand-painted accents peeking out from behind generations of accumulated silt and rusticles. Not how I usually picture buried treasure. Aren't things like this usually accompanied by a ship?
Yeah, I got nothing.
As you pass the safe, you see it in the distance. A structure. Oh, there's the ship that lost that safe.
You wish. That's a house. An underwater house. That's me winning a bet.
No, please.
But sure enough, that's a wood house complete with a deck and a rather tasteful chaise lounge for being covered in seaweed. That house belongs to a moss. A very crafty moss, but a moss nonetheless. Hello? Moss person? Mr. and Miss Moss, are you home?
You keep pressing forward towards the house, but you hear no answer. As you approach, the walls of water on each side of you get a bit shaky. I think we're stretching this spell to the limit. We might want to head back before this path collapses in on itself. Don't think I can't see through your fake concern. You just don't want me to meet this moss and lose your bet.
Hello in there. We come in peace, or whatever.
I believe you. It's a house. You win, you win. Now let's go. These walls are collapsing. I knew I should have waited half an hour after eating before going in the lake.
Don't worry, you won't cramp up. That's a myth.
So what? In the human realm, you and I are myths. The walls are sprouting leaks. Cracks are beginning to spiderweb across. You stand still, eyeballing the house still too far up ahead to examine closely. Nothing but water running along the ground, filling the trail from the bottom up. You turn and book it, but you're nowhere near the shore when the spell completely gives and the water collapses in on you. My fur! Up! Swim, you amateur! You paddle furiously to the top. Nugget crawls atop your head, standing on tiny brown tippy toes to stay above the water. Finally, the lake has returned to normal. Luckily, you can swim. Doggy paddle, really. Before you even say it, yes, I know. This counts as you practicing your magic. Your incredible Sunderwater spell went off without a hitch. Not that you would cast a Sunderwater spell, as that kind of flagrant witchcraft would definitely get you caught by humans. But if you did, it would have been amazing. When you get back to the shore, you stand in the sand, tired and wet, but triumphant. You don't even have to lie that hard. It was a pretty good cast. We'd better get moving before anyone realizes we snuck away, though. And I'm pretty certain that that is going to do it for this episode.
Yeah.
So we've wrapped up 2 things. We made a new friend in arts and crafts. We found out that there is a moss living at the bottom of the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And we did lunch. So that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what we're doing. We really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to drop in and see what we're up to. I appreciate Dingo taking time out of her busy day to drop in and have fun with me.
You're welcome.
You guys out there are all the best, and as always, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.